He is my all. If He is my all, then I must be able to talk to people of the person I love. Because I love Him, I'm here today. I do it for Jesus, for the greater glory of God and the good of people. Joy. That is the mystery of love. If you are in love, then you are full of joy. If we accept the good news that God loves us, that we are somebody very special to Him, that in tenderness and love He has created us, He has loved us, He keeps us alive and all that. Tenderness and love, that is the reason of all joy. And that's what Jesus came at, that my joy may be yours. People are surprised when they see our poor people, when they see our street people and so on. They are surprised. At the same time, they find in Calcutta the warmth. Even when they see the people lying in the street there is that connection, there is that something. If there is only one blanket and there are 10 people, they'll all cover with that one blanket. That's the greatness of love amongst them. Suffering here is much more physical, much more material. But in some other places where our sisters are working, suffering is much deeper and also it's more hidden. You can find Calcutta all over the world if you have eyes to see. Not only to see, but to look. They don't need to know me and to know my background. I am what I am in the eyes of God. But it's very important for people to know the poor. Material poverty, you can always satisfy with material. The unwanted, the unloved, the uncared, the forgotten, the lonely. This is much greater poverty. Today, Passion of Christ is relived in each one of us in a different way. The loneliness of Jesus, the pain and the suffering of Jesus in Gethsemane that caused perspiration of blood, I think that was much greater than even the crucifixion itself. Crucifixion was temporary on the flesh, but the agony of the loneliness, or the agony of being rejected, being left alone, caused that perspiration of blood. And I think today we see that loneliness being relieved in many, many rich countries where people are going through a torture of being unwanted, rejected. And I think that is the greatest suffering and the greatest poverty today. But I think that the simplest way to show God's love and that God loves us is what Jesus came to teach us, is that love for one another. Come, take the everybody. Come, take the others.